Welcome to The Explainer. Now, if you're a developer, a policymaker, or honestly just someone who is absolutely fascinated by massive infrastructural shifts, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're decoding the brand new BHAVYA scheme, the Bharat Audyogik Vikas Yojna. And let me tell you, this isn't just another standard run-of-the-mill government initiative. We're talking about a heavily funded, literal game-changer of a master plan that stands to completely reshape India's manufacturing landscape. We're going to break down exactly what this scheme is, who qualifies for it, and how the entire application process works.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First up, the BHAVYA master plan. Second, rules of the game. Third, the application timeline. And fourth, winning the bid.
Section 1. The BHAVYA Master Plan, setting the stage for global manufacturing.
33,660 crore rupees. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the massive budget the Union Cabinet just approved for this scheme. It's a staggering amount of capital, and it's entirely aimed at rapidly, and I mean rapidly, scaling up the nation's manufacturing capacity. And they aren't dragging their feet here either. This entire budget is set to be deployed over a highly focused 6-year sprint, stretching from the 2026-2027 financial year right through to 2031-2032.
So what is all that cash actually funding? Well, the core objective isn't just handing out raw, empty tracts of land. It's about creating what are called plug-and-play industrial parks, essentially developing investment-ready, absolutely world-class infrastructure. The key word here is ease. The government wants to completely eliminate the traditional friction and red tape that businesses face when trying to set up shop. You arrive, you plug in, and you play. It's that simple.
And the scale of this ambition is truly nationwide. 100, that is the total target number of these frictionless plug-and-play hubs the government aims to establish across the country through this initiative. 100 brand new nodes of manufacturing power.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds rules of the game, land requirements, and eligibility criteria.
So how do you actually get in on this? Well, geography heavily dictates the entry barrier. For a standard, non-hilly state to even be considered, they have to bring a minimum of 100 acres of contiguous, developable land to the table. But there are some very specific exceptions. For hilly states, the Northeast region, Union territories, and states with a population of less than 1 crore, we're talking places like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Goa, that minimum requirement drops drastically. For them, it's just 25 acres of contiguous land.
Now, what's really interesting here is the carve-out for massive scale. Like we said, the total goal is 100 parks. But out of those 100, up to 20 industrial parks are permitted to have a substantially larger footprint, ranging anywhere between 500 to 1,000 acres. These 20 slots are essentially VIP passes for the ultimate mega parks.
That being said, developers need to be acutely aware of the financial guardrails. Funding from the BHAVYA scheme is strictly capped at a 1,000-acre limit. Even if a developer has this incredibly ambitious plan to build a much larger park across multiple phases, the financial support from the central scheme will absolutely not exceed that 1,000-acre maximum threshold.
You might be wondering, who can actually bring this required land forward? The guidelines are surprisingly flexible. The land can be provided directly by the state government, or it can come from a private developer. It could be a joint effort, state plus private, or it can even be provided by a central public sector undertaking, a CPSU. This flexibility really opens the door for a ton of creative public-private partnerships.
All right, Section 3, the application timeline, the sprint to 50 approvals.
The clock is absolutely ticking on this, so let's run through the chronological rollout. The Union Cabinet gave its official stamp of approval back on March 18th. But the real starting gun, that fires on June 1st, 2026. That's when the selection window for Round 1 officially opens, running for exactly 2 months until July 31st. Right on its heels, the Round 2 selection window opens on August 1st and closes on September 30th.
The target for this immediate first phase is 50. The operational guidelines state that a total of 50 proposals will be selected right out of the gate. And for those jumping in early, up to 20 of those 50 spots could be snagged immediately in that first round of selection.
But hey, I want to reassure any developers or state governments out there, if you miss out in Round 1, do not panic. A rejection in July is definitely not the end of the road. If your proposal isn't selected initially, you're actually encouraged to make suitable improvements and just resubmit your pitch for Round 2.
You get a real chance to refine your vision.
Section 4. Winning the bid. How to score and succeed.
So, the crucial point here is understanding exactly how you're going to be judged. Your proposal will be evaluated on a few key dimensions. First, multimodal connectivity and overall site suitability. Basically, how easy is it to get there? Second, they're going to look deeply at your detailed project report to judge the quality of your core, value-added, and social infrastructure. And third, they want proof of a robust industrial ecosystem and strong policy enablers. You essentially have to prove that you can create that effortless, frictionless setup for investors that we talked about earlier.
Mastering these granular application details matters so much because of the broader vision here, transforming raw land into a world-class manufacturing catalyst. It's about grounding investment seamlessly, so the nation's capacity absolutely skyrockets.
I want to leave you with a thought to chew on. With a massive 33,660 crore rupees fueling 100 brand new, highly efficient plug-and-play industrial hubs across the country, how exactly will the BHAVYA scheme reshape India's global manufacturing dominance by the time 2032 rolls around? The macroeconomic implications here are just staggering. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. Keep learning, keep your eyes on the details, and I'll see you next time.